What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Metalheads Unite. Chris is back with us this week, so
Yes.
thankfully,
Yes. Yes. Happy to be back.
it it was it was an interesting interview without you. So I will say that.
Yeah.
At times, I'm like, man, I wish Chris was here.
Yeah.
He'd know what to say. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
That's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
No, it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's just cool. Like it works, but it's just better to have a second opinion on things.
Oh, sure.
It just makes it that much better. But
Yeah.
we get through it. We understand
Yeah.
personal lives come up before this show, so that's very understandable. So
Yep. Yeah. I'm actually still trying to catch up from last week. I actually haven't even had a chance to catch the interview that you and Frank had yet. I'm still there's a lot of shit going on, and I mean I'll get there. But I'm glad everything went well.
yeah, I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes or something. So
Yeah.
it's pretty reasonable. So
Sure.
you know, I think we probably could have went a little further, but
Yeah.
it was. It was getting into the evening there for him, so
Yeah.
I think I actually cut it short. I think he was probably willing to go a little bit longer,
Oh, all right.
but
Well,
I was honestly running. I was running into dead space at that point. I'm just like, all right, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap this up because
yeah. Sometimes I mean, you can kind of feel it sometimes,
yeah,
but the way I look at it with all of our interviews, and I know we've had some guests on more than once. We talked about Rick and Lassie and stuff like that, but I kind of the way I look at it, I kind of view it as anything past an hour. We're
it's
kind
good.
of
Yeah,
anything past an hour is awesome. So and hell, we talked to Elevate a couple times now too. So yeah, I mean
yeah,
we've had
elevate as we suffered. Yeah,
yeah, we've definitely had repeat guests, and it's always good. So so far no one's been able to hold a candle to Rick, but we'll.
well, yeah, which we'd probably be hitting him up again because I think their new album's coming up. So
It's pretty soon. So
I'd like to catch them before they hit because when they go out on tour, they'll probably be gone for a
Yeah.
minute. So
yeah, and when we talk to Rick, it's a pretty easy interview. So
yeah, it's it's like and we're Metalhead United, and we give you Rick Jimenez.
Rick Jimenez, yeah, and
It's all Rick after that point. So
and then we just got it. Then we just have to get that little graphic from SpongeBob. 3 hours later.
yeah, right. Well, guys, I gotta pee. So
Well, the funny thing is that's actually what ended the interview last time he was on.
I know, right? Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually was. Yes.
Yeah, his bladder is actually what put an end to his last visit
Yeah.
to the podcast.
His post workout caught up with him.
Yeah,
I
it
think
did.
that's what
I think it did. Yeah.
pushing all them toxins out.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, if you hadn't had a chance to go back and check the interview out with Frank from Atmaran last week, you can still catch that over on. I think it's still on Facebook. It'll be on Facebook for a little while. It's still on Twitch
Yeah, it
for
should
another
be.
week. I think it's on Twitch for another week, and then YouTube is there forever. So,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah. And make sure you check out their album. Make sure
Yeah, that
we
album's
fight
fucking-
back. Make sure you check that out, man. I mean,
fucking album's so good.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a debut album put together that well. I mean,
Yeah.
they have happened, but not too often.
Yeah,
To really
Well,
hit it out of the park like that on your first try.
and we kind of talked about that on the show. It's just like when you're a band, where do you go when you get so much praise for your debut album, and in your mind you're like, I gotta top that, and that's a lot of pressure. I think
It definitely sets the bar high. So
So I mean, we all seen bands get 4 or 5 albums in and start doing different shit, and that's probably why, because they just like, okay, I don't know what else to do. It's like it's almost like you get to the point where this is we got to make this album good because it's going to be the last good album we do. At some point you're going to say that, and then you got to look back and be like, oh, I don't know, man, we put that damn killer album out in 2026.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like we ain't ever gonna top that, you know. I mean, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but it is very very hard to follow. You know,
Yeah.
I think we talk about Skid Row in here a lot from the debut album to Slave to the Grind, how much better Slave to the Grind was, and this is
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know, and that's saying a lot, you know, compared to the press release the first one got, you know, and
Yeah.
then it was so, but yeah, to me, Slave to the Grind was a lot heavier, and
Oh, I think it was too.
I think it kind of brought in more of the you know, kind of got away from a little bit from the hair metal stuff and brought in a little bit more metal fans into
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
which is
But I
cool.
mean, you know, they've got the talking about Atmoran. I mean, they've got a hell of a blueprint for themselves. Whether or
Yeah.
not, I mean, you know, I guarantee that they're probably not going to make every album sound like this. But I mean, you know, the way they put together "We Fight Back." I mean, you know, they've got avenues they can pursue.
Hmm.
Other, you know, so I think they'll be all right. I really do.
Yeah. Very interesting. They got their, you know, not to spoil the interview, but they got their name from a video game, and I still ain't figured out what video game it was. He didn't know either, and I was like, interesting. Okay, so it was one of the cities or lands or something in one of the video games that the old guitarist played, and he said, "Hey, let's call the band Atmoran." Oh, so there you go.
I mean, what? I mean, we've talked before, you know, about, you know, we've asked some of our past guests before where the name comes from, and sometimes, you know, you never know where inspiration is going to strike, and sometimes it's just because we're trying to find something that no one else has. And I guarantee you,
Hmm.
I hadn't even heard that. I haven't heard that name before
Right.
that album came out, and probably won't hear it. And of course, you know, people play that particular video game are like, yeah, I know what it is, but you know,
Hmm.
that's all well and good, but that's fine. So
But then, you know, you look at people like us that are not from, you know, the Netherlands and think, oh, that must be some Dutch thing or something. We don't, if you look at it and think, okay, well, it's probably some Dutch thing since it's from over there, but it wasn't. So interesting.
okay. I just looked it up. I'm just googling Atmaran, and I haven't even like hit enter yet. And a couple, it looks like Skyrim or Elder Scrolls.
Oh, maybe that's what it was then. Okay, I'll ask.
Atmaran,
I'll
yeah,
ask. I'll ask Susie. She played that game before.
yeah. Atmarans are an ancient race of human progenitors in the Elder Scrolls universe who
Ah, okay.
originated
So it was.
from
So it
the
was.
frozen northern continent of Atmora. Well, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So
So
yeah,
so they were people, not
yeah,
land. I
they
guess.
were,
Okay.
yeah, yep.
Cool.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Asked
So
and answered.
there you go.
So
Yeah,
apparently,
I'm glad you did that because I meant to do that after the show last week because I was kind of curious and I forgot. So
yeah. So there you go. It's from Elder Scrolls. So
see,
I
that's what
don't.
makes us
I've
think.
never. Yeah, I've never. Yeah, I've never. I've never played. I've never played that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did it on
Yeah.
PS2, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I know of it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played it, but I think Susie's played it recently on Nintendo.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard some. I've heard some coworkers reference it, but I don't. I haven't played it. But so there we go.
So before we get into the metal news, I think we be hypocritical if we don't say anything about the passing of Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I know people's going to say, well, she's not metal, but let me tell you something. Dolly Parton earned my respect from the day that she was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and she didn't have anything to do with it because she
Yeah.
said, "I'm not a rock artist." I mean, that's
Yeah.
she says, "I'm not a rock artist." So what did she do? If you're going to put me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I have to make a rock album.
And she did.
So she did. So she made a rock album with special guests and Rob Halford and several other metal guests on there. So
Yeah.
so it was that right there in itself earned my respect. I mean, Dolly's always been a person with when you think about good people in the world, she's probably one of the people that come to mind
I mean, she should be for sure.
from
I mean,
the
it's
stuff that she does. So.
It's. I mean, that's the thing is. I mean, the musical aspect aside, and of course that doesn't really fit here. We all know that, but I mean, she's obviously she's a She's an entertainer. She's an actress, and she's just, I mean, from all accounts, I mean, just the nicest person. And I mean, she's done so much for like so many charities. Obviously she's from here,
Right.
not this part of the state. She's from East Tennessee. But I mean, everything she's done for the state and like all of the stuff that she's done for charity, it's just ridiculous. She's a philanthropist, but I mean, she's just a genuine soul, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, I
I
don't
mean,
think I've never heard a, and don't get me wrong, I haven't gone out of my way, but I mean, I've never seen a news story talking about her in a negative light ever,
right.
ever.
Well, because she kept her personal stuff out of business.
Well, she was smart.
She was.
She was smart.
They would always ask her about politics and stuff, and she refused to be involved in it. She said, "Well,
Yeah,
I don't consider myself a political person, and we're not going to talk
yeah.
about that." So,
But I
which is
mean,
great. I mean, you shouldn't, if you're not into that shit, don't talk about it. Like, I mean, and
yeah.
that's the thing is like, I was scrolling. This is the thing. Like, I was scrolling through Dallas Cowboys page. Yes, I know. Shut up. But, but I was because I'm a fan, so I was scrolling
Yeah,
through the page.
right.
There were people talking about how good the preseason was looking, and if we could get certain backups to stay on the team, after the cuts and everything.
Right.
And I'm reading down through the comments to see what everybody's saying. 'Cause 90% of the time you're going to find a hater in there. But no, man, I go down.
Hmm.
Everybody's pretty reasonable. Pretty yeah, this guy or that guy or whatever. But then I see this fucking thing and it just says Trump on it, and I'm just like, what the hell does this have to do with the Dallas Cowboys? Like, there's always that one person that's got to inflict fucking politics and everything, dude. It's just like,
Hmm.
oh my god,
It's
like
just it's
I just want to know about my fucking football team. I
it's
don't care.
exhausting. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exhausting.
Social media is the fucking devil. We're grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, because of
Yeah,
what we do, but it's oh god, it's so fucking
it's
and I've
it's
changed the algorithms. I've changed everything. It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, they're
it's
gonna.
the it's probably the epitome of a necessary evil. But that's the thing is, I mean, we're all a part of it. We kind of have to be able to do something like this. But then at the same time, like when something like that happens with Dolly Parton passing away, you really get a chance to see like the outpouring
Mhm.
and the praise that she has earned and deserves, really. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I saw something from Sylvester Stallone, because he
Right.
was in Rhinestone with her,
Yep.
and just even saw something from Miley Cyrus, because she was on Hannah Montana at
Well, I mean,
some point.
Dolly's her godmother. So
Yeah, so I mean, she was on that show. I saw something about when she made a cameo on the Orville. That Seth MacFarlane kind of
oh, okay.
that Star Trek type show, the Orville. She was on that. I mean, but anyone who's ever had any experience with her, I mean, it's nothing but just nothing but praise. So I don't. I mean, and I saw an interview, of course, right after she passed away. I saw an interview with her. She's like, "I'm not perfect. I'm not happy all the time, but I mean, she's just, you know, sh just she said she just tried to do the best she could every day." And I mean, it's just one. It's a rare thing to find somebody who's basically just so universally loved like she was. And like I
Well, I
say,
think
I mean, I only know like I say, I probably know the number of songs of hers that I know. I could probably count on one hand.
yeah, right.
But that's the thing, is it's more than that, because she was on, like I say, she was in the movie, she was on TV, but I mean, just she was not everywhere, but everything that she did, she just like poured her heart and soul into, and she just made sure it almost seems like she always, anything she did, she was always like worried about everybody else first.
Mhm.
So
Well, I
she
think
never
she.
thought, she never put herself first.
I just think she was relatable to the average everyday person. I
Hmm.
mean, I think she didn't see herself as this rich,
Yeah.
person. She just felt like she was just one of the people.
Hmm.
I think that's probably a characteristic that a lot of them don't have. So
Right.
a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of them think they're higher on a pedestal than we are.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
just because of what they have. Don't,
Yeah.
don't be thankful for the opportunities. Just be just be selfish and shit. That's what we should do. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but if it tells you anything about the
There's
impact,
yeah.
if it tells you anything about the impact Dolly made, I mean they set the damn flags at half staff for her, for God's sake. I
Yeah.
mean that's I don't know if that's been done many times for just a ordinary celebrity. I mean somebody military or something, yeah, maybe. But yeah, I thought that was pretty
Mm.
wild. I was like, wow, I don't know if I've,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably happened, but I'm just saying,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
sure it
don't know
has
if I've heard.
happened, but it definitely doesn't happen every day. But that's the thing is, I mean, is I mean, I have this note written down calling her because I'm gonna mention it during the Metalhead Minute this week, and like I say, this is because I have her noted down as I'm calling her a cultural icon because that's really
Hmm.
what she was.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's why when I posted it in the group the other day, I was like, "Hey, there's not going to be any talk about how she's not metal. It doesn't matter because I mean,
Right.
as much as we talked about Ozzy when he passed away last year, I mean, he obviously has a direct influence over what we do here and what we've done as heavy metal fans. Of course, he has, but even he branched out into the mainstream, but
Hmm.
not in the mainstream to the extent that she did. So I mean, if you want to argue that you can, but I don't think you can because there's no Ozzy Osbourne land.
Right.
I mean, she has her own theme park. I mean, she's got
Not
her.
yet.
She's well, not yet. That's true, not yet.
Could be Ozzy land.
It could be, but I mean, but at the same time, I mean, I mean, she crossed over. Musically,
Hmm.
obviously she's a country music singer at heart, of course, but I mean, she still garnered mainstream
Hmm.
popularity, and like I say, she got into movies and TV and everything else, and then she just got into philanthropy.
We can't.
So
We can't.
she basically used her name for good in every sense of the word.
We can't forget Ozzy's role in Little Nicky, though, man.
That's true. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, he's
I know
been
somebody
around.
was talking about that. It was like, well,
He's been around.
Ozzy's never been in movies. I was like, well, of course he has. Right? Where have you been, dude? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
about the you bit a head off Satan, man.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yes, he did.
yeah, but I just thought it was worth mentioning because,
It
like I
was
said,
it was abs.
I know she's not metal, but it's still like
Yeah.
she had a she had had a footprint,
Oh yeah, she
here,
yeah
fingerprint in it, whatever you want to say. But
she's
she
gonna have a lasting impact for sure. Talk about leaving. She absolutely left a legacy. She absolutely did, without question. So
well,
yeah, it was definitely
the
worth bringing up here.
the thing is like when you talk about those things, you don't realize like the next generation of people are still going to be talking about that.
Yep.
Years from now when they hear her song. Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll be in a grocery store or something and hear 9 to 5 play, and they're going, oh yeah, Dolly, yeah, I forgot about Dolly.
Well, and the funny thing is that's actually I remember watching that movie when I was younger. It was actually a good movie. She was in it. Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Dabney Coleman. I mean, so I mean,
Hmm.
I know that movie.
I remember the first movie I remember her in was Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. So I can't remember.
Yeah,
Was it her?
she
Was it
was in
Burt
that.
Reynolds? Was it Burt Reynolds? I can't remember who was in that movie with her. Now that I think about it. So,
Yes. I'm wanting to say it was Burt Reynolds. I could be wrong. I want to say it was Burt Reynolds. But yeah, I think so. I have seen that movie. It's been a
hopefully,
while.
hopefully this doesn't start giving me some algorithm shit that I don't want. You search whorehouses. You don't know. You
Yeah,
want to know any
true.
nearby? No, motherfucker. I don't want to know. Yeah, Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. Okay, I thought that was right, but I wasn't for sure. So, yeah,
Okay, it was Burt Reynolds, yeah.
yeah. So it was. I remember that movie. It was pretty. It was pretty funny. So it was a good movie. But yeah, that's the first thing I
It was
remember.
pretty good.
Cool, cool, cool. So I guess we need to get into the
Yep.
beef of this thing here. So since my birthday list has
Yeah,
become
let's do that.
extremely thick since the Keep Metal came along. So uh,
Man, yeah, it really has. And this is one of those, we have sometimes we have these weeks where I mean it's just you get a lot of the quote unquote household names, and this week was no exception.
Right. Well, then you get a lot of like I noticed with Keep Metal, I learn a lot too because they'll tell stories about the people that I may not have knew. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So actually, I'll kind of go through that at
Oh,
some
sure.
point.
Yeah.
If I could remember which one was which, but uh, I know one of
Gotcha.
them. I know one of them was. I know one of the facts I was going to say. Shit, I don't know what the other one was. I have to look it up. But anyway, birthdays, August 22nd through today, the 28th. August 22nd, we had Vernon Reed, guitarist for Living Color, Juan Crucier, bassist and songwriter for Rat, Lane Staley, vocalist and guitarist for Alice in Chains, and unfortunately he passed away in 2002. Ellen Hill, vocalist for Killanova, Ann Nermy, vocalist, keyboardist, and guitarist for Lacrimosa. Phil Rind, vocalist and bassist for Sacred Reich. Jack Starr, guitarist for Virgin Steel from 81 to 83, and then with Burning Star. DC Cooper, vocalist for Royal Hunt, 1994 to 99, and then 2011 to present, and then with Silent Force from 2000 to 2012. August 23rd, we had Aaron Jones, vocalist and guitarist. Of course, he usually does his own thing. Jimmy Jameson, vocalist for Survivor. He unfortunately passed away in 2014. Here we go. I'm going to kill this one probably. Johan Linkvist, vocalist for Candlemass. I think he was vocalist for Candlemass in the beginning of Candlemass. So it didn't give me years. So I just remember him saying that he was there during the inception. So then we had Dean DeLeo, guitarist for Stone Temple Pilots, and then Gary Hoey, guitarist for Heavy Bones. Now, the fun fact about Gary Hoey is he tried out to be a guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne and lost out to Zach Wilde. So if that tells you
There you go.
anything. But it was him and Zach were the finals, I guess. But he lost out to Zach. So he was almost a guitarist for Ozzy. So. August 24th, John Bush, a vocalist for Armored Saint since 1982. And then, of course, he did a couple stints with Anthrax from 92 to 05, and then again in 2010. Andreas Kisser, guitarist for Sepultura. Macy Fox, vocalist for Mr. Lugosi. Andy Adcock, guitarist for Precipice. Sam King, vocalist for Mind Virus. Michael Rosier, maybe. Drummer for Heart from 1975 to 1982. Ken Hensley, guitarist and keyboardist for Uriah Heep. He unfortunately passed away in 2020. Then Tony Panisi, keyboardist for Winter and Godian. He unfortunately passed away in 2024. Let's see. August 25th, Gene Simmons, a guitarist for Kiss. And I don't even know how to say his real name. Do you know?
Chaim Witz.
Chaim Witz. Okay. There you
Yep.
go. So I would have changed my name too. Rob Halford, vocalist and songwriter for Judas Priest. Fight, Halford, you can name it. He's kind of done it. So,
Yep.
Maisie Rod, or Clifford Lewis, a guitarist for Femme Fatale. Derek Sherinian, keyboardist for Dream Theater from 1994 to 99, and with Sons of Apollo. Spider One, vocalist for Power Man 5000, and of course, if you don't know, Brother 2.
Rob Zombie. Yep.
Rob Zombie, there you go. Vivian Campbell, guitarist for Def Leppard, and then he was also with Dio from 83 to 86.
Yep.
I knew he came from somewhere, but I couldn't remember. I think he left Dio, went to Whitesnake for a little bit during the heavy Whitesnake years in like 87 to 89 or something like that. And then he switched to Def Leppard. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
So.
Then he joined Def Leppard in like 92, I think it was, something like that. So, so definitely he's had his share of big time bands to be in.
Oh,
so.
sure. Absolutely.
Then we had Erie Vaughn, bassist for Danzig. Nico Del Hierro, bassist for Saratoga. Alavi McConan, guitarist for Amon Amarth. I probably killed his name, but I'm sorry. Mikkonen, maybe. Maybe that's probably what it is. August 26th, Fernando Ribeiro, vocalist for Moonspell. Matthias Nygaard, vocalist for Teresa's. Reina False Rose, bassist for Cold Chamber. Now, she was a bassist when Cold Chamber came together. I don't think she's not there anymore, I'm sure. So, Mitch Malloy, vocalist and guitarist for Great White from 2018 to 2022. August 27th, we had Henry, and we know who took his place, by the way, in Great White. So, uh,
Yes, we do.
Brett Carlisle.
We've talked to him face to face. We absolutely
That's right.
have.
That's right. August 27th, Henry Fleury, guitarist for Butcher Babies. Mina Walker, vocalist for Bronze. Alex Boots, guitarist for Immolation. Oh, that dude was in Immolation, and I think he was in Invocation too, and then he was in another band too that was big. And they were all big death metal bands. I was like, man, this dude's been in the who's who of death metal bands.
Yeah.
Bryce Van Hoosen, guitarist for Silver Talon. Gary Barden, vocalist for the Michael Schenker Group. Neil Murray, bassist for Black Sabbath and Whitesnake. Bjorn Galat, guitarist for In Flames. I know that's probably not how you pronounce that because of where they're from.
Right.
And then I know Bjorn's right, but I don't know about the last name.
Yeah.
Tim Jensen, vocalist for Misfire. And then August 28th, we had Jack Black, vocalist for Tenacious D. Jess Margera, drummer for CKY. Steve Whiteman, vocalist for Kix. And then Thorin Milliken, bassist for Doom Factor and ex-Psycho Head. So, anybody I miss?
I don't see how.
I don't see. Oh, man. So that was the birthday list. And if you didn't know, I had a birthday in the meantime from the last
Yes,
show
you did.
until this week because we didn't talk about it last week. So,
That's right.
another year older and deeper in debt, as they say. So,
Hey, yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Man, who are you telling? I'm trying to work my way out of that right now. So yeah.
yeah, it's a rough path sometimes. Man.
Yeah.
So,
It can be.
I got to we've been doing stuff around the house too since everybody moved out, so it's kind of been like I gotta slow down. I'm kind of and my savings is not where it's supposed to be, so we're stopped. I said we gotta hold up for a minute. Just start laughing.
Sometimes you got to take a time out. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the birthday. Right. So happy birthday to those people. Yep. And if I missed anybody, happy birthday to you. And if anybody listening had a birthday, happy birthday to you as well. So
happy birthday to all.
And that will kick us into our metal news of the week. And unfortunately, we do have bad news to report again this week.
We got a couple.
2026 has been relentless, man.
Yeah, it really has. It really has picked up, it has picked up this summer. And this one actually happened during last week, but with the interview,
right.
We didn't go through our normal format, of course. So this one is no less important, and this is going to be one from a very popular act. Regardless of how you feel about them being in the heavy metal genre, which I wouldn't put them there, but I grew up listening to them anyway, thanks to my parents. Like we said, your influence got to come from somewhere.
Right.
Over at blabbermouth.net, Frank Beard, ZZ Top's drummer for the past 56 years,
Crazy.
Has died at the age of 77. He was in hospice care when he passed away on August 17th at his ranch in Richmond, Texas, with family members at his side. In early August, Beard dropped off ZZ Top's The Big One tour due to health issues. The ZZ Top guitarist and vocalist Billy Gibbons and bassist Elwood Francis continuing to play shows with drummer Michael Monahan, filling in for Beard. The band announced it would cancel its August 18th, 19th shows in Salt Lake City and Colorado Springs and resume the tour on the 22nd and 23rd at ACL Live at the Moody Theater in Austin, Texas. Quote, one of Frank's favorite venues and in a city that has been something of a second home for him, end quote. Gibbons commented, quote, today Elwood and I lost a great friend and collaborator, and the world lost one of the most naturally innovative drummers and a great and true son of Texas. His signature backbeat was key to keeping ZZ on top. The band of which he was part of for 6 decades. Seriously? You're going to do this to me right in the middle of a fucking story? Some goddamn pop-up ad. Hang on. It completely kicked me out of the story. Where was I? The band of which he was part of for 6 decades is going to keep on keeping on as he had wished. Nearly a year and a half ago, Beard, quote-unquote, temporarily stepped away from ZZ Top's tour due to unspecified health issue. Fellow Texan and longtime Tech member, percussionist, and drummer John Douglas filled in for Beard, a position John previously held back in 2002 when Frank underwent an emergency appendectomy. So yeah, and obviously we know that Dusty Hill died in 2021 at the age of 72. So Billy
Billy,
Gibbons is
only one left.
Billy
Yeah.
Gibbons is the only OG left. So
And
and
in
then
their honor, we'll do this for one more time. Let's see. Do it this way.
oh wait a minute, hang on. Yep.
Which way? They're going that way. That way.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp dressed man. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I want to read this other one. I want to just because I do kind of want to like move on from the deaths, but
Okay.
this one we don't really hear too often about how this happens.
Oh yeah.
Over at metalinjection.net, Raja Azreen Raja Talib, I hope I said that right, drummer for the Malaysian rock band Meditasi, collapsed onto his drum kit while performing on July 18th at the Tarentum Rock Festival in Kuantan, Malaysia. He was sadly pronounced dead shortly after, as reported by People via many Malaysian publications, including Berita Harian and New Straits Times. According to the band's frontman, Bakarudin Burn Dowd, the band were barely on the second of what was meant to be a 10-song set when he noticed Talib slump over onto his kit. He was then carried backstage before being taken to Tengku Ampuan Afzan Hospital, where he was pronounced dead a few hours later. He had not shown any direct signs of sickness prior to the performance. Quote, I rushed towards him, but I could sense that he was already gone, Burns said, translated from Malay. I called out to him and tapped him, but there was no response. His body was already cold, end quote. Talib's brother says the cause of death was due to heart complications, saying, translated to English from Malay, quote, he was given respiratory assistance, but he did not regain consciousness or respond after the collapse, end quote. While Talib reportedly was not feeling sick before the festival, both his bandmate and his brother mentioned his recent diabetes diagnosis. Talib was also apparently hospitalized in June because of the heart issues. Quote, he was hospitalized twice. The first stay lasted 2 to 3 weeks before he was admitted again, his brother Raja Osman told Barita Harian. Asman added, quote, it is possible that extreme fatigue took a toll on his brother's heart because Talib, end quote, on his brother's heart because Talib, an avid biker who also formerly owned a bike shop, went straight from a BMX competition to the festival. Meditasi means meditation in Malay, with the band adopting the name when they started in the 80s. Dowd said that he and the band's guitarist Rosalie Ahmad haven't discussed the future of the band yet, though they do plan to continue performing as they believe Talib would have wanted them to do so. So, not often that something like that happens where, like right there during the
On
performance.
stage, yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Now, if that sounds eerily familiar to you, remember a few years ago when we talked about what happened to Richie Faulkner at Louder Than Life, I think in 23 or 24, where he was doing the solo to Painkiller and he had basically, the way it was described in layman's terms, basically his heart almost exploded.
Yeah.
So, he said during the performance he felt it, and, after the song Painkiller ended, he walked off stage, and if it wasn't for the fact that the University of Louisville medical team was there and they were so close to the hospital, he wouldn't have made it. So he got super duper lucky that he didn't die on stage because he felt it happen.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So very unfortunate for Raja Talib to pass away on stage, But it's kind of one of those things, though. You always hear that, I'm gonna, athletes, I'm gonna die on the field, I'm gonna die on stage, whatever. So I mean, but still unfortunate to hear. So.
All right. Well, I will move into. Let me see. What's going on with
But
this
thankfully, that is all we have to talk about as far as passings this week. So.
which is good.
Which is good, yes.
All right, my first story here is from Metal Hammer. So, if you haven't been following the news, there's been a devastating flood in Nepal.
Yes.
So, if you haven't been following that, it's pretty pretty bad.
I saw the video footage of it. Man, it was awful to see. Like all those people just trying to run away from it, and then they just got completely buried.
Engulfed,
it's
yeah.
just,
I mean, it's
just terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Metal for Nepal has launched an emergency fundraising appeal following a devastating flash flood on the Nepal-Tibet border, which has led to 333 deaths so far. So the severe flood that struck Nepal's Rasula and Nuwakot districts on the morning of August 26 also displaced families and damaged infrastructure in the county or country. Sorry, experts suspect the flood may have been triggered by a glacial lake outburst flood originating in Tibet. Nepal's Natural Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority have revealed that 910 people are still missing as a result of the flood and remain uncontactable. This includes 517 foreign citizens, 44 members of the Nepal Army, and 28 Nepal police officers. Search and rescue operations are ongoing. Metal for Nepal is mobilizing to support affected communities as they did during the 2015 Nepal earthquake. The charity uniting the global music and art community is working with local NGO partners on the ground to deliver relief as quickly and effectively as possible, from emergency supplies and clean water to long-term rebuilding support. While the response will prioritize the welfare of children who are especially vulnerable in the days following a disaster like this relief efforts are intended to reach affected community members of all ages. We need to come together exactly like we did in 2015 earthquake, says Metal for Nepal director Flower KC. The heavy metal and tattoo community has always shown up for people in need, and this moment is no different. Every donation goes straight toward the families and children the support they need right now. Donations can be made www.metalfornepal.org/donate. So.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was any such organization, and
I didn't either.
And it's unfortunate that took something like this for us to find out about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess if there's
we weren't doing a podcast in 2015, so
that's also
that's why we didn't know.
That's very true. But it sucks that something like this had to happen. Where I think I saw something it must have been yesterday because it only happened 2 days ago. Where I saw something yesterday where there's in upwards of like 2,000 people they still can't find. And I mean, seriously though, seeing that video, it's really no wonder. But it's just such an unfortunate thing that happened over there.
Just to wipe out that many people that want.
And I mean, just
so this is the thing is just imagine, like, I don't know if not to get biblical, but if you remember the story, I mean, we all remember stories growing up of Noah's Ark and the flood and whatever. So just imagine that happening 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah,
that's I mean, yeah, there's not going to be much left. So.
Yeah,
crazy.
But that sucks.
It almost looked like from that movie. Was it Deep Impact or something where the ocean waves came up and just.
I think it was, but I know what movie you're talking about. I think that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost what it reminded me of when I seen that. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, it was just that
it's
fast.
It's like from a fucking movie, dude. Like it was like.
Yeah, it was just that fast. Because I mean, I was watching, like I say, I was watching the footage of it, and I didn't know which way. I didn't know which way it was coming from. All of a sudden, just I was like, holy shit! That was like
everybody was running. Everybody was trying to run uphill, and they couldn't get up fast enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, they just know where they could go.
No, I mean that water was moving so fast, dude. You can't. I mean,
you can't. That's the thing. You can't outrun it. Water. No, water just has a mind of its own, and it's just gonna go wherever it can. All right, my next one is over at theprp.com. This past June saw Internal Bleeding announce the addition of Theo Vlahos from Weeping and Vomit Forth as their new vocalist. His instatement followed the death metal vets touring with skinless vocalist Sherwood Weber in April. It was not revealed while the band chose to part ways with vocalist Stephen Worley, but word of the latter's legal troubles earlier this year have newly come to light. Lambgoat note that Worley was booked on May 9th, 2026. You can find his mugshot here. It's hyperlinked in the story if you are so inclined. On May 9th of this year for harassing communications, quote-unquote, in violation of a previously issued cease and desist order. The Solicitor General of Cherokee County stated of the matter, quote, on or about May 5th, 2026, Worley did unlawfully then and there commit the offense of harassing communications, did contact, name redacted, repeatedly for the purpose of harassing said person by contacting said person by calls, text messages, and emails after the victim sent a cease and desist notice through certified mail, end quote. The 40-year-old was released on a $1,000 bond and will will next be in court for arraignment on November 10th. So we'll kind of keep an eye out for that to see what happens moving forward with that. So naughty, naughty Kool-Aid. So
All right. All right, let's see. My next one over from Metal Injection. This one's kind of has, I don't know, man. This is like a wild, I don't know, just a wild thing. I don't know what exactly the true story is. I've only heard, you know, two or three statements from it. So hopefully we'll get some verification in the future of like what really happened. But anyway, new Bad Wolves vocalist Sarah Killboy Skinner has apparently ruffled the feathers of the Skillet fan base after the groove metal band was announced as the Christian rock band's openers for their upcoming tour. Once the announcement was made, according to a statement made by Skinner on social media, Skillet fans started doing a deep dive into Bad Wolves and Killboy, I guess that's her name. Upon further investigation, fans started to make their opinions of the bad known on socials. What? I got you. Of the bad known on socials. I got you. Yeah, it should have been banned. You're right. Yeah. Calling Skinner a trans only fans bitch, which that's not really cool, but okay. Allegedly, the headliners camp didn't want a statement to be made about the opener's disappearance, as said by the Bad Wolves vocalist. In a video posted to Instagram, which you can see for yourself over on Instagram if you want to, Skinner cut straight to the chase, saying that, quote, Bad Wolves will no longer be joining Skillet on their upcoming tour. Now Skillet's camp did not want me to say anything, but apparently a statement has to be made, and I'm not someone who's ever hidden from who the fuck I am. So let's not leave you to speculate, okay? End quote. Skinner then references the Skillet fan commentary and the transvestigation that has started occurring around the lead singer, saying that there was a research conducted that Skillet's camp did not do. Specifically, quote, here's the truth. Skillet announced us on their tour, and their fans had a field day doing a very extensive research that their booking agents and management did not do. Upon their findings, I'm a trans OnlyFans bitch, end quote. She finished off the quick statement with another quote. Now, unfortunately, only one of those things is true. Have fun finding out, and we will see you on the next tour, end quote. Bad Wolves made their position as clear as possible. At the time of this writing, Skillet has still not publicly responded to the Groove Metal Unit's video. So, and he probably won't.
No, honestly. They probably won't.
He's just that kind of person that's just like, whatever.
Yeah, they probably won't.
But especially if he's trying to keep the Christian face on. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like when I seen I mean, the thing was Theory of a Dead Man's on that tour too. So it's like have you heard any of their music? Like that would probably not go well with your Christian rock band's.
Yeah, who knows
stuff there. So, whatever.
And, yeah, you know what I don't understand it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Skillet is never gonna be like touring with Behemoth or
right.
Shit like that. But I mean, there's always strange lineups with bands who damn well don't exactly vibe as far as pick a topic and so I don't necessarily think that it should be a make or break. So I don't really unless something heinous is done, like, hey, this the drummer of this band was caught with child porn, or the right. bass player for this band is on trial for murder or whatever. But I mean, as far as like just everyday kind of I believe in XYZ, I mean, I don't necessarily think philosophical differences need to be a make or break for a concert lineup. And I mean, I know probably some people are going to disagree with me on that, and that's fine, but that's the thing. But that's another thing is, I mean, you don't have to buy a ticket to a show.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think
I think Skillet was just saving grace for ticket sales because I mean, if you think about it, the fans if they'd have kept them on tour, they probably wouldn't have went. You know,
Yeah, you're probably right, but I just don't really think that's fair to either
it's
band.
not it's not fair.
It's just
I
not
mean,
fair.
the
It's
whole
just
point of these tours is to bring in different fans for the other groups. I mean, we know
yeah.
that. I
So
mean, that's
yeah,
just kind of why you see a lot of the things that we do, and you're like, that's kind of a weird lineup. But I mean, they're bringing in people from other genres to see this band that's headlining.
hmm
So it's
yeah,
it's smart in a way. But when you come into stuff like this, to where it's just fans are just so the fans are writing the storylines at this point with
right.
this shit. So. I don't know, man.
But again, it's
I
just
think so. She is an only. She has been on OnlyFans. She's not anymore, but she
who the
was. I
hell
think
cares?
that's what
God,
I said. I was
who
like,
gives a
who
shit?
the only people that are mad about it are probably the Skillet fans that subscribe to her. So,
Yeah, well,
so
somebody's got some skeletons, So I mean,
yeah,
it's just,
right.
I mean, just who the hell cares? God, who cares?
It's like if you like their music and they're gonna be
It's
playing it,
just
who gives a shit what they do? I
who
guess if you,
what they
I
do.
guess if you'd have seen Judas Priest and before 1990, you'd have been like, oh man, I can't believe I saw this gay ass. I mean, what the fuck?
Right.
Like
I
really?
mean,
I was like, is that what you went for? Is this I don't know, man.
yeah.
It's just crazy to
No,
me.
I mean, well, it's just another example of the just absurdity of the internet, So it's
Well,
just,
that's true.
I
Yeah.
mean, Jesus Christ, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But I
Well,
mean,
it's one of those things where I've said it before. I said it's for people they can't fight. So, um,
internet tough guys. Yep.
uh,
Yep. Yep. All right, my last one is back over at blabbermouth.net. The legend of Ronnie James Dio is entering a new dimension. Knucklebones today announced an official collaboration with the Dio estate to bring the iconic heavy metal figure into the Knucklebones 360 backstage experience, a first of its kind immersive 3D digital platform launching in summer of 2026, which summer is almost over, so you better get to it.
right, right.
The licensing agreement was brokered by Global Merchandising Service, the worldwide agent for the Dio estate. Knucklebones 360 is a digital platform featuring immersive 3D worlds built to celebrate the iconic imagery of great bands and artists, with more than 20 band worlds launching in 2026. Why haven't we heard about this until just it's damn near September?
I
And
know,
talking about
right?
I don't know. Knucklebones 360 Backstage Experience gives fans a place to connect with other fans, play minigames, shop for exclusive collectibles, explore, and see album art come to life. The Dio Backstage Experience is developed by a team of incredibly talented artists and engineers and enthusiastic music superfans. The creators are also fans. Dio fans worldwide can come together in Knucklebones 360 to celebrate his entire legacy. Tony Simmerman, CEO and creative director of Knucklebones Corp., says, quote, we should have done one of those things where we counted.
Oh, right, yeah.
When we first began designing Knucklebones 360, we immediately imagined what it would be like to go inside Ronnie's castle or step inside the Holy Diver album art. We can't wait for fans to see what we have built. End quote. Jen Harper, senior licensing manager at GMS, adds, quote, Dio's impact on music and culture continues to inspire fans around the world. We're excited to help bring Ronnie's legendary world to life in a way that allows fans to experience his legacy like never before, end quote. Fans will enter the fantastical Dio backstage experience and explore the castle and landscape to celebrate Dio's entire career, from the early Rainbow years to the earth-shaking partnership with Black Sabbath and all the way through his Holy Diver solo era and Heaven and Hell. The Dio Backstage Experience will feature digital collectibles and other physical collectibles and merch that ships worldwide. This multiplayer world allows Dio fans to connect and explore together. The experience launched in July of 2026, which is fucking weird because we're just now hearing about it. So
Right.
join the Knucklebones 360 Backstage Experience wait list. That could be why at knucklebones360.com. So
There you go. Yeah. So it is interesting though. Why they just I don't know. It is kind of weird. I believe I would have talked about it when it was July. I would have made a
right
wait
when it
list
kept,
that much much longer. I think so.
yeah. Yeah, but put that message up on the screen that Dana just sent us a little bit ago,
Oh,
talking
which
about
one?
goofy ass lineups. Everybody, take a look at that one right there from our buddy Dana.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Suicidal Tendencies,
that's
Misfits, and Merle Haggard. That's a fucking weird one. Well, was it a couple years ago? Didn't we talk about like Five Finger Death Punch taking like a couple
yeah.
of country art, like Brantley
Was it
Gilbert and
yeah, I couldn't remember who Morgan
yeah,
Wallen. I
I
don't know.
can't remember who the other one was, but I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck, you know? So I mean,
yeah. There's
you,
been a
you
couple bands that did that. I'm just like, what
yeah,
the hell's going on
you
with this
never
shit?
know. So, well, it was just like when Metallica took fucking who the fuck was it? Oh,
Greta Van Fleet.
Greta
Yeah,
Van Fleet. I was like, what in the hell are you thinking?
you giving the wrong bands a rub, dude.
You know
It's like-
shit. All right, real quick, but damn it, real quick before we get into the other headlines, I actually went to the newest outlet that I started getting news from, nextmosh.com, and there is a death that they have that I didn't see anywhere else. So let me read
Oh.
this real quick. Kevin Merckx Mercado, guitarist for New York City rock band Honor Among Thieves, has died. The band announced Mercado's passing on August 26th, stating that he died at home Tuesday morning following what appeared to be a sudden and severe asthma attack. Honor Among Thieves shared the following message, quote, Tuesday morning, Kevin Merckx Mercado died at home from what looked to be a sudden and severe asthma attack. The entire Honor Among Thieves family sends their deepest condolences out to Merckx's family. Craig, Kevin, and Dave are crushed. They'll let you know what happens next, but for now, know that you are loved, Merckx Mercado, and to say that you will be missed is an understatement. Rest in peace, brother. Further details have not been announced at this time. We extend our condolences to Mercado's family, friends, bandmates, and loved ones, and we at the Metalheads Unite podcast do the same. So yeah, I kind of noticed that one while you were reading one of yours. It's like, son of a bitch, one slipped past me. So
Yeah, well, it happens. So.
yeah, but we got it. We got to it. So no age. I don't know how old he was, but it does appear that asthma attack was.
Yeah,
Was
I don't,
what
I don't
caused
think
it was,
I don't
so.
think I don't think that band's very old. I mean,
He doesn't look like
I
he's
would think they're maybe
all
in
that
their early-
old from the.
maybe in their early 40s, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
But Dana said something about Motley Crue and Megadeth being an odd lineup. But,
You know,
I'm-
I can at least rationalize that.
right.
I can at least rationalize that lineup.
Well, probably not because Megadeth probably opened. That'd been the only thing that made me mad. so-
Well, now see, there you go. But
but other than that, yeah. And I seen a video of him performing the other day. Oh my god, dude, it's not good. Like at this point, it's almost elder abuse. Is what you're doing to this guy. Like,
you talking about the Vince?
oh my god, yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, then, and you look at Nicky, and Nicky's not even hitting the bass like, he's not even like playing it half the time. I'm just like, dude, what the hell are y'all doing? I mean, if y'all are just gonna play karaoke, then hell, let somebody else sing that can do it. It's
Oh,
like,
he said Megadeth did open.
oh, maybe, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god,
weird.
dude. That's
Well,
that's
I mean,
crazy.
a couple years ago, people got pissed because Five Finger Death Punch went out on tour, and I think this was over in Europe actually. But
Oh, and
Five Finger
Megadeth
Death
opened for
Punch,
'em, yeah.
and they invited Megadeth to open, and Megadeth accepted. So I mean, you can't be mad at Megadeth. I mean, if
No.
they accepted the invite,
So yeah,
know
we're
what I
not
mean?
doing nothing.
Yeah, so,
and,
I mean-
and to for all we know, Dave could have been like, hey, I mean, that's a tour I probably would like to do before I retire. You know what I mean? Because he probably never played with Five Finger. He's like, no, I like
Right,
to play
so,
with
I
them.
mean-
I like to play with them. So he had a chance to go play with them, so he did.
yeah.
Stranger things have happened. Like bands, showing up under false names and doing special shows.
Yeah.
I did have one more story over at Blabbermouth.
Okay.
Scorpions and Rufus Publications have announced the Scorpions 60 Illustrated Years, a brand new, fully illustrated book celebrating the band's rise from Hanover, Germany in the 1960s to truly international rock band status, selling over 100 million albums worldwide, making them one of the best-selling hard rock bands of all time. The book has taken over 2 years to compile with the band's involvement and features hundreds of rare and unseen pictures from the group's incredible history across more than 670 full-color pages. As Sirius XM radio personality Eddie Trunk says in his introduction, quote, the book you are holding will take you on a journey through the last 60 years. Depending on where you jumped in on the band's history, this will really bring you back to some amazing memories. I have found the best way to enjoy this tome is to go through its pages while cranking your favorite Scorpions album. No matter how old you are or when you first saw or heard the band, there is something in this book that will bring a smile to your face and take you back to that period of time. Here's to 60 more years. End quote. Well, I mean, I don't think we
God,
get 60
60 more
more.
years of
I
Jesus.
don't think we'll get 60 more, but
God damn.
that's kind of generous.
I mean, it still blows my mind that that band's been around that long. I mean,
Oh,
it's
it's still performing.
yeah, and Klaus still sounds good.
Yeah.
Still sounds good.
So the Scorpion 60 Illustrated Years is available in 3 unique editions. The standard edition measures 220 millimeters square with a hardback cover and comes in a cloth slipcase and sells for £95 plus shipping worldwide. The signed deluxe edition measures 300 millimeters square and is hand signed by Scorpions members Rudolf Schenker, Klaus Main, Matthias Jabs, Mickey D, and Paul Makawoda, and Yuli John Roth. Uh, they got people in the band I didn't know was even in there anymore. I was like, wow, that's not names I'm familiar with. This recycled leather-bound book come in a red slipcase with an inlaid, stunning 3D lenticular and is numbered to 1 to 500 copies only. And this edition sells for £300 plus shipping worldwide. And then we have the Epic Leather and Metal Edition measures 375 millimeters, sure, and is hand signed by. It's supposed to be square. I don't know why they spelled it like that. Stupid asses. 375 millimeters square. That's what it should say. Not sure. And it's hand signed by Klaus Main, Rudolf Schenker, Matthias Jazz, Mickey D, Paul Mukweda, and Uli John Roth. This recycled leather bound book is hand bound, comes in a unique hand welded metal slipcase with an inlaid stunning 3D lenticular and is numbered 1 to 100 copies only. And this edition sells for £595 plus shipping worldwide. So the books can be pre-ordered starting on Friday, August 28th, which was today.
Probably all sold out already.
At 3 p.m. UK time, which was, 18 hours or so ago.
Yeah.
Our time. And will ship in February 2027. So there you go, man. And that's kind of expensive for that, but it would be cool.
Yeah,
It's 600 and something pages though, and it's probably is reasonable for $100 for that. I think.
Yeah.
It's almost a little over $1 a page. So.
And just, I mean, I can only imagine some of the photographs
not a
that
dollar
are
a
actually
page,
in
you know
there.
what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
10 cents paid again. Anyway, other headlines we have. Soundgarden announced a return to the stage with Taylor Momsen and Mike McCready. That's going to be kind of interesting. I don't know what the sudden obsession is. I guess they think Linkin Park did it was get a woman, So. But it's kind of hard to, you're talking about two of the most iconic voices in their respective genres, with Chris Cornell and God, I just went blank.
Chester Bennington. Yeah.
So it's you got those two iconic voices, and then you replace them with, Taylor Momsen is good on her, with Pretty Reckless, but I don't know if she can do Soundgarden. We'll see. We'll see. I have heard Chris Cornell's daughter do a few songs that sounded pretty good though, so I don't know why they just didn't ask her, but whatever. Maybe she doesn't want to. But.
Yeah, maybe it's still one of those things where it's like she's probably like, I don't want to try to replace my dad. There's nobody who can replace him. And it may just be like weird.
Yeah.
It may just be weird.
Yeah. Probably so. Yeah. You're probably right. So Nightwish has 6 songs written for their next album, so that should be something we'll be talking about in 2027, I'm sure.
Which is weird because I saw that, but at the same time, I also saw a story where Floor Jansen said the band was still on like a temporary hiatus. So I mean, in the same week, I saw both stories this week where she said that
that's crazy.
The band is on temporary hold, but then I saw that story where Thomas Holopainen said just like, yeah, I got 6 songs kind of ready to go, so. Who knows? I mean, I guess he's got them written. Who knows when the hell they're going to record them? So
right. Who knows? Well, maybe it'll be longer than 2027 then. So
I don't know.
MTV have scrapped the best rock category at their Video Music Awards after 37 years.
Fuck MTV.
I didn't even know. I thought they were gone. I thought they got
fuck MTV
absorbed and shit. Like what the fuck happened with all that?
I don't know. At this point, I mean, they might as well.
They can't be video music awards when you don't play videos.
They've been useless and I'm not just talking about, of course they've been useless as far as metal goes for years, but they've been useless as far as music has been concerned the last several years. But they haven't been shit for metal since Jamie Josta left. So
Right.
and they canceled Headbangers Ball the second time. So I mean they've basically been useless.
Polyphia announced their new album, Be Not Afraid, coming soon. From ashes to new, singer threatens to fucking end a fan over getting sprayed with a water gun.
I saw that.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, first off, how in the hell do you get anything shaped like a gun into the? That's kind of
Right.
scary.
Yeah.
For one, two, probably don't shoot somebody
Yeah.
at the especially if they're performing. It's going to throw their shit off.
Yeah.
Then former AC/DC drummer Chris Slade has announced his retirement, which very well deserved. So hopefully,
Yeah, I mean he's like 80 years old, so yeah, he's been at it for a minute.
Should have retired a long time ago. This is a crazy thing. Is like I don't know if these people that are going that long really need the money, or if they just love what they do so much.
I think that's more of what it is. It's just one of
'Cause,
those things.
Scorpions don't have to tour. I'm sure. It's like
It's for the love of the game, man. It's that saying, you don't retire because you get old. You get old because you retire. You know what I mean?
that's true. Yeah, that's true. So Ice-T says, I'm the only person that has a Grammy for heavy metal and rap, so fuck y'all. Fuck you too. We don't care, but good on you. But I don't know. That was kind of I don't know what that was all about, but I seen that and I'm just like, what the fuck does it matter how many Grammys you have, dude? It don't, just because you have a Grammy doesn't, for one, if I see you with a Grammy or Oscar or anything like that, I'm going to assume that it's not any good. I'm just going to tell you, like, Netflix responds to Christian metal band lawsuit, says we look forward to vigorously defending this matter, which we're talking about the Demon Hunter issue with the K-pop stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to go anywhere. But
I don't either.
It's too totally.
I mean, the funny thing is, I mean, because it originally came about because that one fan thought he was buying tickets to K-pop Demon Hunters and spent $500 on Demon Hunter tickets. That's that dipshit's own fault.
Well, right. I mean, there's usually, like, when you buy tickets, there's pictures of the band
exactly.
somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
you didn't look. You just,
yeah.
I think that was done on purpose. Man, it sounds like.
I don't know, but yeah, if you spent $500 on Demon Hunter tickets when you didn't mean to, that's your own damn fault.
Well, if you spent $500 to see the Christian band Demon Hunter, then you're definitely a diehard fan. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, because you're gonna
get took out to dinner probably at $500.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of tickets to see Demon Hunter if you're spending $500.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Demon Hunter, but what I'm saying is, I mean, they don't charge. Demon Hunter doesn't charge those ticket prices. That's what I'm saying. So for $500, exactly. you probably get 8 to 10 tickets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Phil Cullen says fans might have to wait till 2028 for Def Leppard's next album. Says it'll be ready when it's ready. So, okay.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I'm sure.
What's ready?
I'm sure there's not many Def Leppard, fans for our genre.
Yeah, probably. I don't.
Left after Hysteria, I think they all kind of went wayside. So,
yeah, they definitely went. Def Leppard definitely went a lot more pop.
Mm-hmm. With that Slain record, that's when it all started, man. I bought that record blindly. I was like, man, what the hell am I listening to?
Nah.
What's that shit? I sold that shit in a yard sale. Great White founder and guitarist Mark Kendall announces Soul of a Man memoir deal with Diversion Books. So that ought to be pretty interesting. Escape the Fate announced a new album called The Last Goodbye. Bad Wolves to honor Dolly Parton with their version of Jolene.
I made it.
So there's more to that story too, to where Dolly was supposed to add vocals to that track, and then it automatically brought me back to when the chick from the zombie, Cranberries that passed away. What the fuck?
I actually saw that on the PRP. They posted something about that on Facebook earlier, and because Dolores O'Riordan, she was
Right,
supposed to
right, right.
make a
Dolores
guest
O'Riordan.
appearance on Zombie, and apparently they were going to do Jolene, and Dolly Parton was going to make an appearance on that. And I made a comment and said that band needs to stop killing people with cover songs.
No shit. No shit. Yeah, do not do anymore.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
do them, but don't invite the people to sing
Right.
on them or something.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They just cannot get the original performer on their
No.
cover version for
No,
some
they
reason.
can't.
Bad Wolves got some bad juju. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Kiss and Dixon Flannel Company joined forces to celebrate 50 years of Destroyer. So if you want to get your Destroyer flannel, Kiss flannel. It's amazing to me. Kiss is retired. They're still marketing shit. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, man. I think Gene Simmons is going to, probably do that shit till he dies, man.
Gene Simmons, when he dies, is going to have himself cremated, and he's going to have his remains put into vials, and he's going to have his remains sold, and the money is going to go to his estate.
Is that true? Is that what he said?
No, but I can see it happen.
I got
No,
you. Yeah.
no, but I'm putting it out there into the ether right now. If it happens,
There you go.
There you go.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So, wow.
but I can see that happening. It's like,
Yeah.
I can sell my ashes when I die. I wouldn't fucking put it past him.
No, I wouldn't either. Anthrax to play an intimate show in New York City next week. So if you're an Anthrax fan and you're in New York City, be on the lookout for that, I guess.
Yep.
You're playing an intimate show. There's a good chance you're going to be able to pal around with them a little bit. So
Yeah, they're actually playing at the grand reopening of St. Vitus Bar.
oh, cool. Okay,
Yep.
good to know that. I don't remember if we talked about that or not. It reopened. I remember it closed. But
Yeah, they found they found another venue. I can't remember what part of New York.
oh, that's right. I remember now when you said that. Yeah, they moved it to another side.
Yeah, I had to
Part
look
town,
that up.
yeah.
But yeah, they found a different part of the city where they reopened it back up.
Okay,
So yeah,
that's
they're
cool
gonna-
though. At
Yeah.
least the name's still there. So.
Oh, it's absolutely a good thing. Yeah, of course.
So Jack Osborne says the upcoming Ozzy movie won't be an artsy kind of esoteric biopic. So we'll see.
We'll see.
That's what he says.
Yeah, we'll see.
If the Steel Panther lead singer ain't playing Ozzy, it ain't gonna be no good. So
If you haven't seen Michael Starr from Steel Panther do his Ozzy Osbourne impersonation
unreal, dude.
for Crazy Train, just go to YouTube and check it out. It's worth your time.
yeah, it's pretty spot on, man.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Miss World Chile, Ignacia Fernandez, performed a song from her death metal band during their talent competition at the 2026 Miss World. She's still in the pageant and still doing her death metal as the talent competition. That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah.
If she wins it all and doing all that, it's going to be pretty amazing. So Dee Snider broke his shoulder while playing basketball with his kids.
Saw that.
Probably a good chance that he didn't make the right call getting off the tour because if he's breaking his stuff doing that, man, he'd be in bad shape on stage doing the Twisted Sister tour.
And speaking of Dee Snider, a couple weeks ago on the show we talked about how he was making comments about Ozzy, and we addressed that, but he has actually since apologized to Kelly. So whether or not she accepted the apology, I have no idea, but he at least offered it. So
it doesn't surprise me. Dee's pretty much a kind of a man's man kind of guy. So he's been known to admit to his mistakes, and so. Primal Fear will release their new album Shadow Riders on April 23rd, 2027 via Rainy Phoenix Music. The LP's first single and video, Vengeance Now, will arrive sometime before Christmas. So.
Sweet.
Yep. So we got some dates.
Excited about that.
I know it's the first album. I guess I know for sure that's been listed for 2027. That I've heard of. I don't know. There may have been some I missed or whatever.
Maybe, but that's shit. 2027 is probably going to
big
be.
one.
Yeah. Probably going to be just as busy as 26. And like last year in 25, we were like, 26 could be crazy. It's been insane. Dana, see you, man.
and it's not even what you call it? It's not even like the big some of the big shit ain't even come out. You know,
Yeah, we still got 4 months left.
yeah, we still got what Shadows Fall, Anthrax. I mean, still got stuff coming. Extinction AD's coming. So still got some big stuff coming.
Hell,
So.
there were half a dozen. There were about half a dozen big releases today.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it here at the end of the show. But I mean, damn, there was a
I
lot
didn't
of.
get through. I didn't get through a lot of it, but yeah, there was at least. Well, I mean, I'm looking at 3 right now, so yeah, there's some pretty big stuff.
Yeah,
Damn, I didn't realize there was that
Crazy.
big. Yeah, that is one. I didn't even see the backside. What's on the backside? Hold on, I got my printout here for my so I can make the playlist at some point.
well, I mean, just today, since we're talking about it,
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
you've got you have Exhumer, you have Flotsam and Jetsam, you have In This Moment, Camelot, Mastodon. There was another one I thought. Turnstile. So I mean, what was that? 5, 6? But I mean, of course that's not everything that was released today. But I mean,
Right,
as far
right.
as like,
Big time.
as far as like the the more household names. I mean, to have a half a dozen on the same day, it doesn't happen that often.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, so yeah, pretty this. So, all right, I guess that will take us into our hitting the road section. We'll talk about
Yep.
the albums and stuff here a little bit more in minutes, but
Oh, absolutely.
so I do have a story over from Metal Injection about a
Okay.
festival that's released its lineup. So we'll
Cool.
talk about that, and then I'll let you have at it. So,
All right.
so back for its 9th year, Hell's Heroes is bringing its particular blend of traditional and modern metal back to the White Oak Music Hall in Houston, Texas, from March 18th to 20th, 2027, for its 2027 edition. The Hell's Hero 2027 lineup is Overkill. They're going to do an old school set, it says. So I guess
Nice.
we're going to do a lot of older stuff there. Beherit, Armored Saint, Metal Church, Bulldozer, Exhumer. We just talked about that. Gallo Braid, Titan Force, Thor, Omen as their final U.S. show with special guests. Steroid, Hell Witch, Concilium, Thingorodium. Okay. Fire Magic, Fortress, Accuser, Woe Bather, Wanted, Zorn, Street Tunes, Sacred Steel, Ebony Pendant, Show and Tell, Guts for Lot, Grozov, and then Living Fast and Coffin Hunters. That is the lineup for Hell's Heroes.
Did you say Accuser was on that? Did you hear you mention Accuser?
Yes.
Damn, that's a band that I would like to see because there's been a couple of actually there's been quite a few like themes of the week playlists that I wanted to add some of their shit to,
Accusers.
but they've only got like 2 or 3 albums on Spotify, and some of the stuff that I wanted to add it wasn't
it's
on there.
older.
But I mean they're an underrated band, Accuser.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
like to see them.
Yeah, I kind of.
I really would.
So that was my contributions to the Hitting the
All
Road
right.
this week. So
All right, so for my contribution for Hitting the Road for the week of the 22nd through the 28th, we got a little bit of a longer list this week, but we'll get through it here. From the PRP.com, leading off with Necrogoblicon, Aborted, Signs of the Swarm, and Party Cannon, going on a North American tour starting October 16th in Phoenix, Arizona at the Van Buren, finishing November 15th in LA at the Belasco. Comeback Kid has a fall tour scheduled with several bands appearing on varying lineups, starting November 7th in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma at Flyover Fest, finishing November 23rd in Denver, Colorado at HQ with The Warriors, Dead Heat, and Time 10 Heist. Then Comeback Kid is going to Europe with Haywire, Whispers, and Speedway, starting January 14th, 2027 in Munster, Germany at Sputnik Cafe, finishing January 31st, 2027 in Budapest, Hungary at Durer Kurt. Sixth Sense has some fall headlining dates scheduled with Mushroomhead, Fear Factory, Heal the Hurt, Primer 55, and 40 Below. Summer appearing at select dates. Starting November 5th in Davenport, Iowa at Redstone Room, finishing November 24th in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Bourbon Theater. They will be in Nashville at the Basement East on November 11th with Mushroomhead and Fear Factory. So
oh shit, nice.
that'd be a good show. Then Sixth Sense is going on tour with Eyes Set to Kill and Twist It, starting December 3rd in Lubbock, Texas at Jake's, finishing December 19th in Phoenix, Arizona at the Crescent Ballroom. Pussifer is going on a European and UK tour with Dave Hill, starting October 25th in Stockholm, Sweden at Annexet, finishing November 12th in Dublin, Ireland at the Helix. Then A Perfect Circle and Pussifer are going out starting November 25th in Mexico City, Mexico at Estadio Frei Nano, finishing December 19th in Honolulu, Hawaii at Neil S. Blaisdell Arena. Then Unless is going out on their debut tour with Color Revolt. The tour is only 4 shows, but the 4 dates are December 12th in Atlanta at the Masquerade at Hell, December 11th in Memphis, Tennessee at High Tone, December 12th in Nashville at the Basement East, and December 13th in St. Louis at Off Broadway. So Nashville is going to get a taste of Unless on their debut tour. So congratulations to them.
Well, Basement East getting some love this week.
Yep, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Then, Brat and U.S. Bastards are going on a tour this fall, starting September 29th in Atlanta, Georgia at the Masquerade at the Altar, finishing October 9th in Washington, D.C. at Comet Ping Pong. And Polyphia, Ladrones, and R.J. Pacine are going on a 2027 North America tour that was originally scheduled for this year, but they postponed it till 27 because they wanted to make sure that their album was done and done well. Intervals will be appearing at the Canadian stops in Toronto and Montreal. The tour now will begin February 5th, 2027 in Phoenix, Arizona at the Arizona Financial Theater, finishing March 20th, 2027 in Dallas, Texas at the Southside Ballroom. They will be in Nashville on March 18th at The Truth, and if you bought tickets to the original dates, they will be honored at this new, on this new schedule.
Nice.
Then Upon a Burning Body is going out on their annual Everything is Heavier in Texas tour, starting December 3rd in El Paso at Lowbrow Palace, finishing December 13th in Austin at Come and Take It Live. Blood for Blood is going on some fall dates with several bands appearing on varying lineups, starting October 1st in Denver at the Gothic with Ingrown, Death Before Dishonor, and Bloodshed, finishing December 5th in Montreal, Quebec at Fufune Electrique with Béton Armé and Bad Beat. The Used is going on a West Coast tour this fall, starting September 18th in Louisville at Louder Than Life, which isn't on the West Coast, but hey, and a festival appearance is a festival appearance. Finishing October 30th in LA at the Hollywood Bowl, where they will be opening for My Chemical Romance. Death to All and Dark Angel have some tour dates set up in Australia for January 2027. January 26th in Brisbane at the Triffid, the 28th in Sydney at Manning Bar, the 29th in Melbourne at the Croxton, and the 30th in Adelaide at Froth and Fury Festival. Trivium, In Flames, Paleface Swiss, and Vola are going to Europe and to the UK next year, starting March 29th in Dublin, Ireland at 3 Arena, finishing May 3rd in Tampere, Finland at Nokia Arena. If you guys give a shit, Aaron Lewis is going on an acoustic tour starting November 4th in Lubbock, Texas at Buddy Holly Hall, finishing November 21st in Quapaw, Oklahoma at Downstream Casino. There's a couple of Tennessee dates, November 12th in Memphis at Cannon Center and November 14th in Knoxville at the Knoxville Civic Auditorium. Inter Arma is going on a 20th anniversary tour with Antichrist, Siege Machine, and Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean, splitting opening duties, starting October 8th in Atlanta, Georgia at the Earl, finishing October 16th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Nicky Lopez. Corrosion of Conformity, The Sword, and Hippie Death Cult are going on a U.S. tour starting November 2nd in Buffalo, New York at the Town Ballroom. That's bold going to Buffalo in November. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
Finishing November 19th in Pensacola, Florida at the Vinyl Music Hall.
It's a bold move, Cotton. See if it plays out.
Bold strategy. Hell yeah. Butcher Baby have some headlining shows set up, which are going to be off dates from their Chad Gray and Devil's Cut tour, starting October 8th in Tucson, Arizona at The Rock, finishing October 25th in Colorado Springs, Colorado at Black Sheep. And we have previously mentioned that tour with Chad Gray and Devil's Cut and Butcher Babies. That's why I didn't mention it here. We've talked about it previously. Cage Fight, Soul Splitter, and Cabal are going on a November European tour, starting November 7th in Bochum, Germany at Die Trompete, finishing November 15th in Lille, France at Black Lab. The Boy, Shadow, and Prodigal are going on a UK tour, which is a quick jaunt around the UK, starting November 1st in Bristol, England at Exchange, finishing November 8th in London, England at the Dome downstairs. Basement Set, Fleshwater, and Beethoven Arme are going to Europe in 2027, and to the UK, I should add, starting February 2nd in Amsterdam, Netherlands at Melkweg Max, finishing November. What a dumbass. February 22nd in Dublin, Ireland at National Stadium. Throne, Boundaries, 156, Silence, and Volatile Waves are going to Australia in 2027. We're going to be seeing a lot more 2027 announcements at this point. We're already pushing September. There's going to be a lot of 2027 tours announced. Starting February 3rd in Perth at Freo Social, finishing February 13th in Brisbane at the Tivoli. And lastly, Ghoul and Dry Socket are going up and down the West Coast this fall. Starting October 16th in Sacramento, California at Harlow's, finishing October 24th in San Francisco, California at The Mab. So that is hitting the road for the 22nd through the 28th.
Hey, so what date did you say on that Mushroom Head show?
Oh, hang on a second. I just minimized that. Let's see. That was... where did I see that? November 11th.
Okay.
November 11th at the Basement East.
I have to look in to see how much that's going to cost.
In case you're wondering, November 11th is a Wednesday.
All right. I got plenty of vacation time to be out
There you
go. All right. That will take us into our theme of the week. And, this theme is kind of surprising that we haven't done it. That's why I was asking you. When I asked you about it, I thought, he's going to come back and say we've done this. And you was like, all right, sweet. I was like, oh, okay. Then
No, we haven't.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off that we'd never done this one. So,
to my knowledge, we have not done this one.
If we have, it hasn't been during when we started making playlists for sure. So,
no. But no, as far as I know, we have not done this one.
All right, so our theme of the week is rock and roll. It's all rock and roll to me, I guess.
Yeah, it's only rock and roll, but I like it. So
yeah. So I took the rock side, and Chris is going to do the roll side. So
yeah, and you got the easier side.
Well, so I got the retro side. I feel like it's like
you did. You did. You absolutely did.
Everything. I'm just like, man, everything's in the '80s. Like Jesus Christ.
That's fine. Yeah, man, that's fine.
But it's a good mix. I think it's a good mix. There are some 2000 and some recent stuff in here. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff kind of mixed up. So I'll kick it off here with, and you're going to like the way I kicked this off, by the way. So I got the rock side. My very first contribution was Sentenced. I'll throw the first rock from down 1997.
Hell yeah.
Then I went with Grim Reaper, Rock You to Hell from the Rock You to Hell album, 1987. D. Snyder, I got a Rock Again from Leave a Scar, 2021. Of course, you can't do this without having Scorpions, Rock You Like a Hurricane, Love at First Thing, 1984.
That's a goddamn anthem, dude.
Right.
And which, for my money, that song's like 40 years old. That shit still holds up for me, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
that song
I love
holds
that
up.
song, dude.
It's so good.
And then I went with Onslaught, Let There Be Rock, In Search of Sanity, 2014. And if you don't know, yes, that is the cover for AC/DC's Let There Be Rock, but I like the Onslaught version too. So, this is also a cover, but it's by Metal Allegiance called We Rock. It's not, I could have used the Dio version too, I guess.
Yep.
But this is Metal Allegiance from the Metal Allegiance album, 2015.
So good.
Then I went with a little bit more recent, Ice Nine Kills, Rockin' the Boat from the Silver Screen, 2018. Def Leppard, Rock Till You Drop from Pyromania, 1983.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I'm bringing out some old stuff in.
Deep cut.
Yeah. Then I went with Great White's Rockin' Me from Once Bitten, 1987. Then I went with Ozzy, Rock and Roll Rebel from Bark at the Moon, 1983. Then I went with AC/DC, Hard as a Rock, and that's why I didn't use them as the other one, because I wanted to use this one, from Ball Breaker, 1995. Then with Bullet Boys, Hard as a Rock from the Bullet Boys self-titled debut album in 1988. Then I went with Judas Priest, Rock Hard, Ride Free from Defenders of Faith, 1984. Then I went with Motorhead, Rock Out from Motorizer, 2008. Sabotage, Fight for the Rock from Fight for the Rock, 1986. Then I went with 1,000 Foot Crutch, Rock Fist from The Phenomenon, 2003. Then I went with Doro, Rock Till Death from Raise Your Fist, 2012. Crocus, Rock the Nation from The Blitz, 1984.
Wow,
Then
Crocus. Wow.
yeah, and then we don't do this band a lot, and we've kind of said why, but when you're talking rock and roll, you almost have to include them. So I went with Kiss, Detroit Rock City,
Sure.
from Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, 1988. Then the next one is probably somebody a lot of people's not familiar with, but need to be, because this guy is fucking awesome, dude. Davey Suicide, Rock Ain't Dead, and that's from the Rock Ain't Dead album, 2020. Davey Suicide, I followed him for years, man. He's really good, dude. I'm surprised he's not as big, he's bigger than what he is. But then I went with Saxon, Rock the Nations from Rock the Nations, 1986, and then last but not least, I went with Twisted Sister, I Wanna Rock from Stay Hungry, 1984.
Nice.
So that was my rock contribution there.
Nice. All right. Well, for my contribution, I only had 6. And the reason why I only had 6 is because I avoided all songs.
The compounds.
I avoided every single rock and roll song because I was gonna go with I was gonna go with Rock and Roll Rebel, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna avoid everything that has rock and roll.
Yeah,
So
I think that may have been
up,
I don't think that may be the only one I used rock and roll in.
So, but I mean, there were other ones I was going to use, and we'll just add them. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll add them after the fact. But I only ended up with 6, which, if you want to say 7, because there was an Iron Savior song that I was going to add because I listened to it on YouTube, went to fucking find it on Spotify and it's not there, and it pisses me off.
Oh my
It's a
God.
good song. So it's a good song. And there's another one I was gonna add, but I could just hear the people flipping their fucking. You probably know exactly where I'm going with it, and I may add it just because I fucking want to. But so these are the 6 that I had. Like I say, I avoided rock and roll. I avoided rock and roll altogether. So number 1, I went with "Roll Over You" by Dee Snider, For the Love of Metal from 2018. Then we mentioned Rick Jimenez earlier in the show. We went with "Heads Will Roll" from our friends Extinction AD off of Culture of Violence from 2022. Then I went with "Glock and Roll" by Sodom off Genesis 19 from 2020. Then I went with "Black and Roll" by Venom Inc. off of Ave from 2017. Then I went with "Some Heads Are Gonna Roll" by Judas Priest off of Defenders of the Faith from 1984. Then lastly, I went with "Rolling Thunder" by Accept off Blood of the Nations from 2010.
Nice.
That's all I had.
Well, you add we can add those rock and roll songs in there though. So
Yeah,
it'll wind up being.
Yeah, we will add some of those songs. And in case you were wondering what song I was talking about, I was half tempted to add "Rollin'" by Limp Bizkit, and I may just do it. So.
Hell. Well, I mean, what the hell? Limp Bizkit.
Hey, you know what? New metal was an era. You know what? It happened.
People go to metal festivals and see Limp Bizkit. So I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, they do. So I'll probably add that. So
that's what I always hate about the hate that some of these bands get is from fans. It's like, oh yeah, they're not metal, blah blah blah. I'll say, or they're not they're not good or blah blah blah. But then you like, okay, well if they aren't that good, why in the hell are they selling out every fucking where? Like,
right.
That's why they talk shit about Nickelback. But hell, Nickelback sells out, dude. I mean,
yeah, they do.
You better buy a ticket quick. I'm telling you. Like, I mean, you may not like it, but that's the way it is. So,
yep.
So before we get into album reviews, which is the new music section here, I do want to give a shout out to our friends Halo Scars that just had their single. I think "The Secrets We're Buried In" was played on a local radio station out in Knoxville this week. So
yeah, that's so cool for them.
I thought that was pretty awesome, man.
Yep. And I saw earlier that our friends in Valkyrie's Fire, they're shooting another music video.
Yep. They didn't even ask me either. Like, asshole.
Didn't ask. Yeah.
They didn't even ask me.
No, didn't ask us. Hint, hint, Dave. Hint, hint.
That's right. Get on it, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? All right. That will put us into our album reviews section here. And I want to say this before we get into it. I did listen to the new In This Moment album, by the way. Was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So,
okay.
Yeah,
no, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, as good as like their other shit. I mean, like Ritual was probably
Yeah.
their last good album, I think, but it's still better than our last one. That's for damn sure. Last
Yeah.
two actually, I think it's better than our last two. But so it's really interesting because she said that they did a lot of paid a lot of homage to Nine Inch Nails on this record, and you can hear it when you listen to some of the songs. You're like, oh, that sounds like Closer, or that sounds like you know some of the other synthesizers and stuff like that you can
Well,
hear in there. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And
well, that's
and she kind of got back into doing a little bit more of the clean lyrics and then the screams and the vote in the choruses. So that was pretty refreshing to hear her kind of getting back to doing some of that stuff. So
well, that's good. But
yeah.
if
So just to warn you, there is a cover on there and it sucks. So imagine that. It's like, I don't know why they do covers because
I don't know. If I will say though, if Nine Inch Nails is the vibe, it may not be for me. I've never really been a Nine Inch Nails fan, but
well, it's
I'll,
not.
I'll
It's
give
not
I'll
the.
give it a
It's,
listen at some
it's
point.
not the vibe. It's just she's just paying homage with certain sounds or whatever. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, yeah. It's still definitely in this moment. You can it's not like it's all kind of like that. But yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I thought it was well done as far as that
I'll
goes.
I'll take a listen to that, and I really want to dig into that new Flotsam and Jetsam.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that came out today. Honestly,
Yeah.
I hadn't looked at the list. I printed it last night when I got home, and then I didn't look at it. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that and that new Exhumer.
oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of stuff to check out on here. So
Yeah, there is.
I'll probably wind up doing some other stuff too, depending on what I got going on this week. But
Yeah.
so into the album reviews, I guess we can go. I picked a band called Blood White. The album's called From Hell. They were formed in 2022. They bear a modern hardcore. They are a modern hardcore metal band from Germany. I'll get it out in a minute. But Blood White is, and it's funny they all have kind of nicknames and stuff. So it's not really real names. So it's one of those deals. And they actually kind of remind me of early Slipknot because they kind of
Oh, okay.
they're masked or painted up and stuff like that. So yeah, and they're in like jumpsuits and shit. I'm like, oh okay, but they only wear white. So I guess
Oh, it
because
makes
of the
sense.
blood white. Yeah. Blood White is Dr. Zero on vocals, Mr. Bonesaw on guitar, DC Spark on guitar, Luke Y. Cut on drums, and then Gas G on bass. So not Gus G, Gas G.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This is the band's debut album, by the way. They are on Metalville label, I think. I don't think we have anybody in our thing from the Metalville label, so that's probably why I didn't hear about this one. 12 tracks. It's 47 minutes, 20 seconds in length. I'll start out by saying this. This band is pretty much Rammstein in English. So I'll just say
Oh
it.
shit. Okay. All right.
So, I mean, when I heard some of the rhythms and stuff, I'm just like, dude, this is some shit Rammstein would do. Like, what the hell? But that was my first impression. But I also get like kind of a hints of Motorhead and Guar kind of mixed up, I guess,
Oh,
a little
Jesus.
bit.
All right.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting, dude. Like, it's they intertwine a lot of shit here, and it's and it works. I mean, it works. So. Vocals. Zero has that growly voice that's perfect for some hardcore style melodies. I don't ever suspect he will belt out a Rob Halford type scream or anything from his type of voice, but he's definitely got that growly kind of, and I think that's kind of maybe what got me maybe thinking more Motorhead because he had kind of a lemmy growl when he was singing, but it also sounded like Guar too, like when he was singing. So I'm just kind of, I don't know, man. It was like depending on what he was singing, I guess is kind of what I got those impressions from. But anyway, the guitar works great. Some really really good solos, some brutal grooves in there. And the bass is actually showcased several times with some really awesome bass lines. So it's kind of cool to hear some of that stuff begin with some bass lines, and I was like, oh man, that's pretty badass. And then the drumming was excellent, whether it was kicking off a track or just following along with the guitars and into one of the into one. The drums were perfectly done. I thought it wasn't anything fancy or anything. It was just kind of on point for what they were doing as far as collaboration of the musical composition there. So it kind of it came together perfectly. I think with what they were, the sound that each instrument was pulling out kind of fit really really well. So I'm gonna give this one four horns, man.
All
I
right.
actually liked it. So debut album too. I think it was a pretty good debut album for those guys. So hopefully they can build off of that going forwards.
Nice. Always good. Always good to hear. These debut albums are
They're,
performing well.
from
That's
what I
fantastic.
read, they're a younger band too. I think they're in their late 20s maybe. So
Even better.
I mean, yeah.
Even better. All right. Well, my album review this week is the new album "To No Avail" by Zenith. They are a melodic death slash thrash metal band formed in Manchester, England in 2023. They are currently unsigned. This is also their debut LP, even though they did have
Nice.
an EP out last year. They are a quartet consisting of Billy Horrigan on guitars and vocals, Jamo Morris on bass, Kareem Trifi on drums, and Casey Dennis on guitar. Billy is the only original member, which is weird. They've already had almost the whole band turnover in the last 3 years, but
That's
you know,
crazy.
hey, you know what? Shit happens. It's weird. The new album is 10 tracks long, 47 minutes and 48 seconds, so not too bad. What I liked about this one is the first track was 7 minutes and 25 seconds long, but what I liked about it is, and we've talked about this on the show many times, when it comes to like intros and lead-ins as far as like when an album begins. This one had this one had an acoustic intro, which was like the first minute and 27 seconds, which is it was a nice slow burn. But the cool thing is the entire intro is 2 minutes and 25 seconds long. So at the 1 minute and 27 second mark, it goes from this acoustic to where it slowly ramps up. The
Okay.
electric guitars kick in, then you get a little bit of a then you start to get a little bit of the drums starting to fill in before the vocals kick in at 225. So it kind of is a little bit of a slow burn, and it kind of crescendos into the start of the song before the vocals kick in. So I thought that was very cool, a very cool way to start the album. So I very much liked that. The way they made sure that the intro went seamlessly into the first track without, you know, completely delegating it as its own kind of entity, as you will. Track number two had a nice groove to it. The drum lines were awesome. Had a fantastic breakdown. Track number three had a lot of blast beats, which were really cool. A fantastic guitar solo with some really nice pinch harmonics. Track number four, super duper up tempo. Had some spoken word clips in the background for a little bit of flavor. Track number five, another song with a lot of tempo. Had a really cool galloping guitar riff. Let's see. Track number six was an instrumental. It had a little bit of a rainfall effect behind it. It was 1 minute and 56 seconds, so it was kind of a little, right smack in the middle, a little bit of a wind down. Then you got
Intermission, I guess.
yeah, kind of an intermission. Yeah, track number seven had some a really cool bass guitar line that was part of the intro. Then it had a really nice vocal growl at the outro. Track number eight had a nice groovy guitar feel to it right before the solo kicked in. Track number nine was a cool track because it was a little more groovy with a little bit less tempo without sacrificing any of the heaviness. And then track number 10 had a very strange guitar part to it. I can't even really describe it. It almost sounded like it was part of a commercial. I don't know. It's fucking
Oh,
weird.
really?
I mean, you'd have to hear it. I mean, the track itself overall was still heavy, but it had a very odd guitar part. I mean, it added to the diversity of the track, which all in all, from start to finish, the album had quite a bit of diversity. It had some groove, it had some melody, of course, because they're a melodic death metal band, but it really kind of the tempo kind of ebbed and flowed. There were aside from the acoustic intro, there were times where they really slowed it down and really pulled the tempo back, almost to the point where they didn't go ballady, but they really just turned off the heaviness. Not for an entire track, mind you, but there were really some interludes, a couple of, and aside from the intro, like I mentioned, but it was like, okay, they just completely took their foot off the gas right here. But it was weird because then they just slammed their foot back down on it. It's like, oh shit, oh damn. So but yeah, it definitely didn't go in a straight line. And Billy's vocals are interesting because that's where the death metal part comes in, is from his vocals. Not completely fully guttural, no clean vocals at all, but some of the more coherent death metal lyrics, that death metal vocals that you'll hear, because there's still plenty of coherence in there. But he also has a lot of pitch modulation to his voice, which you do hear sometimes in death metal, but not a lot, at least in my experience. So I do like that, because some of those, because he's got that aggressive rasp to it, kind of like, I don't know who it kind of reminds me of directly, but like I say, he doesn't go full guttural, but his vocals are where the death metal aspect comes from. But they also have Billy, he plays guitar, and so does Casey, so you can hear it in the composition of the guitar solos, where there's a nice rhythm lead, and then you can hear dueling guitar solos. I fucking love that shit. I love a good twin guitar attack, and they have that here too. So I'm gonna give this one 3.5 horns. I enjoyed this one, and again, another really good, I think, debut album. So over the past few weeks, we have actually come across some bands who are just starting out, who are showing a lot of promise, which is always a good thing.
It's funny how we picking out debut albums too. That because I mean we're doing this blind. We're not listening to
Absolutely.
Like I didn't even do the playlist yet, so I haven't listened to anything. I just seen that on there, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to listen to that. So,
Right.
so I pulled it up and I said, oh, I was kind of, it's a an impressive feeling, surprisingly, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you're going in blind, and then it hits, and you're like, oh, this is good. Okay.
Yeah.
This is promising.
Yeah. To me,
sometimes I hear stuff and I'm just like, I said I'm going to do this, but I can't do this fairly. It's just that, to me it was that bad. But I don't want to come out here and say rip on a record because I don't particularly like a certain genre. You know what I mean? So if I dig into something and I'm like, this probably isn't for me, and I'm probably not going to be able to give it a fair rating because, I'm going to say this, but another fan will be like, oh man, that damn album was killer, dude. What are you talking about? So, and that's what's great about music. I mean, we're all going to have different opinions. I mean, these what we talked about today are opinions. I mean, other people may listen to them and not like them. Who knows? But
we are, I mean, like we said from like the very, very first show 6 years ago, I mean, we are not professionals, and we are absolutely not the authority on anything. So,
but I look at it almost like when you go out to eat and you do a Google review on the place. It's like if you do a 4-star Google review, 9 times out of 10, the next person's going to eat there. If I come out and give something a 1 or 2 stars, they're not going to. So if I come out and say, "Oh, this is like 2 horns," people aren't going to listen to it because they're going to say, "Oh, well," And I don't want to do that because I don't think that's fair. Because, like I said, it could be good for another whatever genre it may be. It could be good for the fans of that genre. So, they may think, "Oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread," but I'm sitting there going, "No, that shit sucks." But
yeah. But again, I mean, and I've reviewed, I've reviewed a couple albums on this show that I think I've given like a 1.
Oh yeah.
And and it just happens because, like you say, we do try to do this as blindly as we can, so we don't have any preconceived notions. So we're not going into this with any bias, ideally.
Right.
So we can listen to it with fresh ears, and just sometimes stuff just doesn't hit for us, and it's not a bad thing because, like we've said before, nobody bats 1,000 except for maybe Dolly Parton. But I mean,
So
it's,
a lot of that melodic death metal is starting to grow on me though.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I've never,
So
we've talked about we've never been really fans of death metal, but
yeah,
some of the melodic stuff and some deathcore stuff is actually good too. So I mean, like
yeah.
I think it's like people when they start combining some of the genres, it makes it more interesting to me.
I don't know. For deathcore, I still have a hard time getting
Yeah.
past. I still have a hard time getting past a lot of the vocals. Not that it doesn't take talent to make those noises, but like like Lorna Shore and stuff like that. That's just not for me, man. It
Yeah.
just isn't. I mean, I don't know. It's just, and then that's fine. But I mean, Lorna Shore has plenty of fans, so they're. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're not hurting without me. They're not, so. So it is what it is. But that, like you said, that's the beauty of music. I mean, not every band is for every. That would be boring. That would be boring
Yeah.
as hell. It would. It'd be boring as hell. So
Well, looks like we got some heavy hitters coming out next week too. So.
yeah, we got a couple. So looking ahead to beginning of September.
Wow, that's crazy.
Leading off, over at heavymusichq.com, leading off with 156 Silence with From a Distance, A Casual Intrusion with Vomit Meditations. That sounds gross. And then Accept with Teutonic Titans, 1976 to 2026. Again, another band that's been around 50 years. That's
50 years.
insane. Airborne with a self-titled album. Amel and the Sniffers with Truth or Consequence. Ancient Malice with Worm Tongue. A Tota So with I Told You So. That's probably on purpose.
Yeah.
Audrey Horn with Achilles. AV Sunset with Versus Reality. Bacht de Vul Moan with Verdwazing der Dwazen. Behemoth with I Sculptor. Beyond the Seventh Dimension with Tatien Ikunen Suru. Sure. I probably just cast a spell on somebody.
Probably.
Yeah. Bitter with Slamosaurus Rex. That's an EP. Bloodshed with Punishments Beyond Comprehension. That's an EP. Boots Void with Panta Ray. Castle with Carry Chains. Charnel Spirit with Blood Prophecy. That's an EP. Chat Pile with Who Loves the Sun. Codex Loveless with Galvanized Heart. Demonic Manifestation with Grim Shrine. The Devil and the Almighty Blues with a self-titled re-release. Devil Master with Bloody Dreams, Encasement with a self-titled album, Exp with a self-titled album, Februs with Construction of Conflict, Fog Wall with Gloom Weaver, God Slut with The Art of Deconstruction, Green Carnation with A Dark Poem Part 3, The Messiah Complex, Gradients with Anomaly, Grey Shores with Dark Waters of Night, Grimner with Stormvinger. Yeah, sure. Hado. Come on, what are you people doing to me? Hado Pelajal with Zalmathic Necrocorion. That's an EP. Hell Metal with Mugla. And then Dash, two lowercase i's and a dash with Ars Erotica Volume 1. That's an EP. How are you going to name your band like that? How the hell are people supposed to pronounce that? Judiciary with Stalagmite Angels, that's an EP. King Crown with Moonfall. Life Swallower with a self-titled EP. Lost Velvet with Dark Cells. The Lurks with Exile from Mainstream. Mad Max with Stories of Destiny. Moon Destroys with Omni. Movements with Happier Now. Mr. Phils with Fear the Lord. A Night in Texas with The Darkest Side of Humanity. Omnimorph with Axiom Manifest. One Way Terror with Class Axe. Pelegrin with The Curse of Neptar. Pirate Queen with Sailing Around the World. President with Blood of Your Empire. Have you listened to that band yet, President? Have you listened to that?
I think I've heard like one song.
I haven't heard anything by them, so I don't know. I don't even know how to judge it. I haven't heard
They're-
anything by.
I know they get pissed if you compare them to Sleep Tokens.
Okay, all right, well, noted. Well, noted. So
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that in the stories a while back, and the lead singer was just like, "Yeah, we're nothing like Sleep Token, dude. Quit comparing us to that shit." So,
okay, all right.
So-
Well, maybe
so-
I will. Maybe I will listen.
so
to it.
it's I don't know. I don't think we would be that. If you're, we're kind of like with some things. So I know you, so I don't think you would be too crazy about it. But
Okay.
they have some hints of heaviness, but they really just don't lay into it, I guess. But
No, okay. Well, yeah, like if I get around to it, maybe I'll listen to it. Purest Form with Resistance, that's an EP. Pyroclast with Fractured State. Sardonic Witchery with Hell's Thorns Attack. Scald with Relics, that's an EP. Season of Melancholy with In Sleep. Sarina Telly with Green Live. Seven Spires with A Fortress Called Home, Master Key Edition. Severoth with Waves. Chakra with Just Live Loud. Showing Teeth with A Fate Worse Than Loneliness, that's an EP. Psy with Goka. Sight of Thea with The Great Dreamer. Skugor with The Expanse. Sleep with Hemispheres. Slovenians with Birds of Disgrace. Soho Dukes with Don't Spare the Horses. Spirit Mother with Thistle. Stickmen with Let's Thrack Again. Okay. I don't even know how to thrack, let alone do it again. Stormbringer with Transcendence. Sworn with Null Crowned. The Infinite. Theory of a Dead Man Part 1 Funeral Songs, that's an EP. The Unknown with Graveyard of Empires. Vanaheim with Rude vor de Borscht. Sounds like the Swedish chef there. Veilcast with Hellward. Venomous Echoes with Nvet's Violator of Mater. Yeah, I know. I was to say, you're going to go to Radiator Springs and rape a rusty tow truck? I mean, what are you doing?
You did your what in a cup?
Yeah, you did what in his cup? Yeah. Vulture Neck with a self-titled album. Word Staff with Primordial Bloodlines. Zana with Break or Breakthrough. And lastly, Zvindayar with Six Rights. So,
I tell you what.
I tell you what, that first Cars movie was damn near perfect.
Oh yeah, it was a good.
It was
one.
so good.
Yeah, I mean the other ones are good too. Like
they are, but I mean,
I saw the little grandson watches. Man, you put him in front of cars, dude. He ain't moving.
Yeah, the first one though was just top shelf.
Oh yeah, good stuff. All right.
So yeah,
September, dude. I can't believe I seen that and I was like, what? September 4th?
I know, man.
What the hell, dude?
Crazy.
What are we doing here?
We're gonna be doing
August just flew by, dude. It's like
it really did. We're gonna be doing year in review before too long.
Oh God, man! Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Not yet. I got a lot of stuff to be doing. I mean, I really do got a lot of stuff to be doing. Prepare for that, probably. So I'll probably start doing that after Halloween. Just start getting shit together.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
In the year it's been, man, you're gonna have a time with a PowerPoint for sure.
Well, thankfully, I already have it started. So
yeah, well that's good.
Yeah, I am a little behind, but because right now I think we're at like 62, which unfortunately is either right at or has just passed last year. So that sucks because we still have 4 more months.
Yeah, we got 4 months, dude. Jesus.
I know. So that really sucks.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of what happens when you get into getting into like a generation where those guys that we listen to are at that age, man. Whether we like it or not, they're in their 70s, dude. I mean, there's average age is probably around 74 or 5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when you're talking about bands who have been around 40, 50, 60 years, then you're talking about people who are 70, 80 years old. So, yeah, absolutely.
So you're talking about Chris Slade, 80. I mean, look at Dolly. Dolly was 80. And then Tim Curry was the same age, and he died. I don't know if you know this, but Tim Curry died the same day, and his publicist held it out until the next day because of Dolly being so big.
Yep.
And
then we lost Optimus Prime the other day too.
Yeah, I seen that, dude.
He was 85. So
yeah. So yeah, and a lot of times I see this stuff and I'm just like, no way that dude was 80. Like Tim Curry was 80. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But I don't know. He was in the 1970s It movie, so I mean, so I guess that does make sense. So.
Man, and not for nothing, but Tim Curry was low key awesome in Clue.
Oh yeah,
he was so awesome good in that movie. He was so good in that movie. If you haven't seen the movie Clue from the 1980s, it's so fun.
Of course, he did a lot of stuff, but Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Frankenfurter, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then one of Angela's favorite movies from her childhood had him in it. It was I Am Legend. No, not I Am Legend. Legend.
Oh yeah.
He played that big horn
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of Angela's.
Well, that's what he was known for back in the early days, 70s and
Yeah,
80s, was playing weird stuff. So
yeah. So that was like one of her favorite movies from her childhood, and he was in that. So.
and of course he's the bellhop in Home Alone too. So
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or the manager. Maybe he was the manager. I can't remember. He was part
Yeah,
of the hotel crew.
yeah, he
Whatever.
was. Yes, he was.
So
You're right about that. Yeah.
kind of funny. Anyway, I guess that will wrap this one up. Put a bow in it. It's done.
Stick a fork in it. Yep.
Whatever you want to do. It's done. It's over. So, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, go back and check out the past interviews, especially last week's interview. Still up. It's not on Spotify yet, but it will be a couple of weeks from now. It takes me a while to get that stuff together because I'm still behind on that too. So
Yeah.
I got to catch up on that. So, a lot of stuff we got to catch up on. So
Yeah, but in
the damn Ireland trip put me behind on everything.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Jesus.
But in the meantime, you can follow us on all of our socials: Facebook, the Facebook group and page, on X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, our YouTube channel, and on Rumble. And as Jason alluded to, check out all of the past band interviews and the playlists, which we do post weekly on Spotify, and the trusty old email at metalheadsuniteusa@gmail.com.
Absolutely. And then hopefully we'll get some more bands to jump in and do some interviews.
I'm still waiting on an answer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got
so
one.
Dustin hasn't gotten back to you yet. So
Yeah, so I've got one in the works. So
yeah, and I got a couple I need to reach out to. So maybe
Yep.
we'll get something going here.
yeah,
Whether it's a Friday or Saturday or whatever we have to do, I guess. But it's I'm trying to get it to where we're can do it Friday nights. But sometimes
Yep.
it's not possible, but that's okay.
yeah. It is a big planet that we live on.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. With that being said, we will wrap this up, and we will see you back here next week. Until then, keep those horns held high, jump in that pit.